the worst habits aren't the ones you don't know about. They're the ones that you recognize every day and that you keep repeating. All right, so I'm going to talk about self aware destructive habits today and the behaviors that we recognize that most of the people watching this video probably recognize and that they keep somehow returning to, right? And this is, I think, a lot of this. My number one point is procrastination, right? So a lot of this lays on procrastination. You're supposed to be doing something, something that's probably stressing you out, so you don't want to work on it, and then later it becomes a bigger problem, right? So for me, it used to be work. My work at my 9 to 5 used to stress me out. It was overwhelming, right? So instead of sitting, instead of like taking a step back, analyzing my work, I would sit at my little desk in the warehouse and I would just bullshit around, right, for an hour, 2 hours while my work sat there because it was uncomfortable for me, right? On being uncomfortable is a big reason on a lot of today's topics as well. So you have to get out of your comfort zone, like complaining about like life and avoiding stuff like feeling discomfort keeps you stuck, right? So we need to get rid of this discomfort feeling so we can start getting comfortable doing things that we're uncomfortable with right now, because the sooner you break out of that cycle the better. And I think doom scrolling, I can't even say I think doom scrolling, let's be real, all of us watching, most of us doom scroll. And this, I mean, I feel like this was very heightened when TikTok released. Like before TikTok dropped, Instagram was kind of there, but there wasn't like a real option. YouTube didn't have shorts. TikTok kind of like invented this sloppy, you know, hours of content, infinite content that you can just scroll through all day, right? And most of us doom scroll when we don't want to do something. Like when I don't want to make a video, I will doom scroll for an hour before I finally like snap out of it and go, you know what? Time is now. I need to do this, because the more you scroll, the more you just forget on what the goal is, right? And that's a very destructive habit, right? And I've also noticed a lot of people. Another habit is negative talk, right? So a lot of people will wake up and they'll be like, "Man, I'm just a lazy asshole. I'm retarded." Like I could easily wake up and make a video called "Why I'm a Lazy Piece of Crap" or "Why I'm so stupid. I can never get anything done." But my goal is to make videos, acknowledging the problems that I have, expressing them to you guys, hearing your issues, and working together to fix them. Like when you constantly talk bad about yourself, you're never going to go anywhere. All right, eventually you're going to start acting like the person that you're describing, right? So if you keep calling yourself a lazy person, then you're going to get to the point where you're going to get to the point where you're like, all right, if I'm a lazy person, I'm a lazy person, right? It's the same way where when I used to be on a diet, when I failed the diet, I'd go, man, I'm just a fatty. I might as well just continue failing the diet for the rest of the day. I might as well just keep failing for the rest of the day. It's not like I can try again tomorrow, right? So, and that kind of segues into another thing, like waiting to be motivated, right? So, sometimes I sit around and I'm like, man, I know I'm going to make progress one day. I know one day I'm going to get successful. I know one day I'm going to get somewhere in life, right? But you're not putting the work in to get there. You're waiting for that perfect feeling to start. And let me tell you something, that perfect feeling never comes. I wanted to make videos on YouTube for a long time, right? Videos like these, and I would always sit in my bed and think to myself, like, I'm not going to do it today, but tomorrow I think I might be able to feel good enough to start. And then tomorrow would come, and I'd be like, maybe the next day. I'm just waiting for that motivation, that feeling. That feeling is never going to come unless you get up and you actively start pursuing what you want to pursue right now. That feeling will not come. I mean, if you're lucky, maybe, but most of the time it's not going to come. It's just another excuse not to work. It's just another way to say I'm procrastinating. It's procrastination, right? And another thing about doom scrolling is, what are you doing when you doom scroll? You're comparing yourself, right? Social media is like a cesspool, and I'm making a video soon about I did 100 days off social media, so I'm gonna make a video on that in the future. But social media is gonna make you feel so behind. Let's be realistic. A lot of people watching this video are probably in their early 20s, maybe late 20s, pushing 30, right? And I'll say for me, I graduated high school 4 years ago, and what I noticed was as soon as I graduated, everyone was going to trips. Like this guy went to Cancun, or hey, this guy's posting about this new job he has in New York, right? Like this is cool stuff. And what I'm doing, like at the time, I'm working at a pizza joint. I'm broke, like how are y'all doing this? But you got to understand that when people go on social media, they heighten themselves. Like they make themselves look better than they are. Like I have friends who I know are going through some shit, like personal shit, mental stuff, and I'll go on their story and they're like, "Oh man, I'm," showing everyone that they're living their best life when they're not living their best life, right? So that's another one. Like comparing yourself is a self-destructive habit that you are currently probably doing. And quitting. And I just spoke about this. Quitting before results is just such a pain in the ass, right? Like if you quit today, then you'll never be able to see tomorrow. You'll never be able to see the tomorrow that you want. So remember, quitting. Like I just spoke about this, but always pursue. You know, always pursue what you want to do and never stop. Ignoring your health is a big one, right? So sleeping bad, a bad diet, no exercise. This is something that's currently affecting me right now. So I weigh 180 pounds. I'm trying to get to 165. And 3 months ago, I wrote down on a piece of paper, I said, June 25th, I will be 165 pounds and I will be consistent. It is currently June 19th and I am the same exact weight. I would lose weight and then I would gain weight. And the second I would get to like 175, my mindset would be like, it would be like, man, I'm doing really well. I think now is a great time to fuck it all up. And it would happen consistently for like every 2 weeks. I would drop the weight, get to 175, get excited, and then immediately my mindset I would get complacent pretty much. You know? So yeah, take care of yourself seriously. Like go to the gym, go on walks. Walking is an amazing thing to do for your body. It is so much better. I don't understand why people are always running. Running is such a useless exercise. Walk everywhere if you can. Fucking walk around. Like it's you lose so much weight walking on a good diet, right? So, um, ignoring your health, like health insurance. Get health insurance, right? I mean, it's expensive, but you need it because one hospital trip and shit. Surrounding yourself with negativity, bad friends. I personally have cut off a few friends. They're just not the type of people I want to associate with. I've gotten into issues with cutting off people like that, but I made my boundaries clear. I was like, I can't do this anymore. Like it's draining, It feels safe to be around you, but I honestly, for my growth and for your growth, if you have to cut off a bad friend or someone that you don't feel comfortable around, do it. It sucks, but if you're growing, that's what you have to do. And the last one I'm going to bring up is knowing the solution to something but not doing it. Right? That's the hardest truth, and most people, you know, don't understand that. Right? So you know how to solve something, but you're just not doing it. And everything we spoke about today is the result of that. All right, so just know how to do better, right? You understand what's going on, you understand what's wrong, you know what you want. Accomplish it. Stop sitting around and being lazy. Stop procrastinating. Stop doom scrolling. Stop ignoring your health. Good health is good mental health, right? Stop comparing yourself to everyone. Stop quitting. Keep going. All right, these videos aren't doing the best, but they're getting somewhere. And I know if I stay consistent and I continue growing on the channel, I can get somewhere one day, right? And I just I want to push that out there because there's so much like negativity on YouTube nowadays. We need some hope core, right? So, remember everything I said, write down your goals and figure out what you want to do. You don't have to be trapped forever, right? So that's all I have to say. Thanks for popping in if you did. If you stuck around to the end, drop a like, drop a sub, and drop a comment. I love reading comments, and I will catch you on the next one. Adios.